my name is Christien Rodenburg and I've started together with very nice people, the Fietsmaatjes Utrecht. Our program aims to get other people, elderly people who can't cycle by themselves, make it possible to cycle together and beside each other. So there's no one in front or in the back, so you can talk to each other and you don't have to look in the eyes, and you can watch the surrounding. And
I am Geert van der Wilt. I am one of the team members of Fietsmaatjes Utrecht. Fietsmaatjes Utrecht is one of the almost 50 chapters now of the National Fietsmaatjes program. And we just had our official launch last Wednesday. And this is our first bike, which we are sitting on right now. So we are started, and there are already some guests who are making bike rides with our volunteers. So that's great.
And we're going to go for a little ride. So you're going to demonstrate how to go about doing it, and we'll ride to a little green space, open space. Mm-hmm. We'll have a few more questions and answers, and then you're going to take me for a test ride.
Yeah, it would be nice.
That way I can see what it feels like.
Here at this spot, this is the spot where we put the bike in. Mm-hmm. So every ride is starting from here.
Right.
Yeah, this is actually an elderly home, mm-hmm. and they offered us a parking place for the bike in their car park. So when guests want to ride with their volunteer, their maatje, the volunteer will pick the bike up here, and then pick up his guests. And they go for a bike ride from here or starting wherever the person who is a guest lives. Right. So it's not necessarily someone who's living here. It could also be someone who's living in his or her own house. Okay. So this is one of our first 2 parking places. So we're very grateful to this place. Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's go for a ride.
Okay. Yes.
All right, let's do it.
So what I'm doing now is actually a task of the volunteer. The volunteer has to make sure the guest is strapped in, installed comfortably with the chair fitting and the shoes strapped in, so nothing can happen.
Right. So each foot gets 2 straps. So
yes.
Nice and snug.
And this gives the guest the option to cycle along. Mm-hmm. If he or she is capable and willing, and if not, the guest can just sit here and do nothing.
You can put your
I have to. Seat belts, yes. And my arm rests, and now we're ready to go.
You can adjust the mirror so you can make sure that your makeup looks good.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
There she goes. And you can see that it is a Van Raam, is the manufacturer. And it looks pretty powerful. Yes? Yeah. Very easy to handle.
Easy. Yeah. You can put in 3 stages of electric assist. Yeah. The battery is really working hard for me. Is best wel... Ja, hè?
And Gerrit, if you stop pedaling, we'll, Still good?
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. All right.
It's nice, isn't it?
We made it across the bridge.
That's really nice. Yeah, you
Very
guys are
fast.
flying.
Yeah, we were flying. Yeah, that's because not every a maatje or a guest is has the same handicaps. Because if you're blind, you can easily do some work. And but if you so the guest can have several injuries or handicaps. So that's the reason this bike has to do everything with a lot of power or less power.
Or less power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right. Well, who wants to be the pilot and give me a ride, and so I can feel what it's like? Okay, so I'm your guest.
Yes,
so
you're my
let's,
guest. So we can let's see how this works. We can
all right. So
turn it
go
so
like
you
that.
can have a.
Excellent.
And then how
here.
does this work? Can we get you
Oh,
back?
yeah. I am. Boom.
Click.
in
Yes.
place.
And then we're going to
Okay.
strap you in.
All right. Put my heel there. Fantastic. Now, how many locations do you have now, and how many would you like to have? And how many bikes?
At this moment, we have 2 locations.
Okay.
The one in Overvecht, where we just started our ride,
Okay.
and one location in Leidse Rijn. That's the new part of town.
Okay.
And we will start there in a couple of, well, perhaps later this week or next week,
Oh, wow. Okay.
because our second bike is now at the manufacturer
Okay.
and will come very soon.
Nice.
But our aim is to grow by 2 bikes a year,
Okay.
if that's possible and realistic.
Right.
Because there are some challenges, of course. We have to find places where we can park the bike,
Right.
which must be secured,
Yeah.
accessible in weekdays, but also in the weekends, summer evenings. So,
Right.
and it's an expensive bike, so it
Right.
must be guarded or something like that.
Sure. And how did you raise the money to get the bike?
Our first money is from the municipality.
Okay.
They have a fund for initiatives like this,
Okay.
and they granted us money from that fund, so we could buy 2 bikes.
Okay.
And then we had a smaller initiative who funded us also.
Okay.
So and now for next year we have to look again at the fund of the municipality and perhaps also some other initiatives. And we had someone who is willing to sponsor us.
Okay.
So that's very nice.
Nice.
So that's where our money is coming from.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for a ride.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Wish me luck.
Have fun.
Yes.
So let's see. Even kijken.
You got your brake there. All right. And
There we go.
I can pedal,
You can pedal along,
or I can let him do all the work.
or I can let you do it. No.
Fantastic. And how long did it take you to get this initiative rolling?
Well, let's see where we can go. Here we go left here. Our chairman, Jelle Bakker, the former bicycle mayor of Utrecht, started this with this idea some 4 years ago.
Okay.
At the start of his term as a bicycle mayor. And then after 2 years, he invited people, including me and Christien, on a voluntary evening where he was looking for people who could help him.
Right.
And from that point on, it took a little over half a year to become an official foundation.
Okay.
And that was a year ago today, so let's say 1.5 years.
Okay.
It took us in total from scratch to, no, not all from scratch, but from forming a group of people to having a bike, having volunteers, having guests, and making the actual rides.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you serve on the board of directors.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. I'm the
fantastic.
secretary.
You're the secretary. And is this something like this? Have you ever done anything like this before?
No, not like this. I've done some voluntary work,
Okay.
but not like this and being on the board of a foundation and
Yeah.
setting.
pretty fun, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun and it's new, so it's exciting. And we have to find, we have to discover all kind of things. We are going to make a turn here, so it's a bit wobbly, but we'll make it.
Yeah, I can even help a little. There you go.
But it's fun, and it's very grateful if you see people. People are eager to start cycling again, or perhaps for the first time.
Right. Yeah.
So that's nice thing of this. Of this work. It makes people happy.
Yeah.
People who are perhaps lonely, who don't have any relatives anymore, who don't come out of their houses anymore, or like Christien told, people who are disabled, who don't dare to cycle alone on the bike paths in Utrecht or in other places in the country, who are getting busier every day.
Right.
So it's nice to be able to help those people, and luckily we have a lot of volunteers who are willing to do the bike ride with our guests. So.
Right. Fantastic. And I suspect there's a little bit of training involved to get the volunteers trained up.
Yeah, because it's well, as you can see, it's a big bike with all features on it and all ways to help the guests getting on the bike and off the bike, and how to secure the bike, how to start the battery, and how to park the bike, how to fill the battery when it's empty. So there's a lot you have to learn about this bike and how to use it. Yeah.
And I suspect, Christien mentioned it earlier, is that a big part of the advantage is that I'm sitting right next to you. I feel like we're carrying on a conversation, and yay!
But we don't have to look to each other, and
we don't have to.
That's comforting for people. Some people find it difficult to talk to each other when they have to look each other in the eyes.
Right. Yeah.
And now we can have a conversation, and you can enjoy the surroundings at the same time. And well, perhaps some people don't want to talk at all, and that's also fine. We have a coordinator who is matching our guests with our volunteers.
Right.
And if she has a guest who's very quiet and don't want to talk a lot, that's okay.
Yeah.
And then she finds a volunteer who's okay with that, and who says, well, I'm just going for a ride with that person. I don't need to talk. That's okay.
Yeah.
So.
Very nice. I'm being no help whatsoever. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's a very, very smooth ride.
Yeah.
And yeah, you do very much feel, you do very much feel like you're a part of it.
But how do you feel? Because you're not in control.
Yeah.
How is it for you?
For me, it's like if I'm just
is it scary or
it's not really scary. No. I can tell though, like with the bumpy area there, you can tell where because you don't feel like you're in control, that seatbelt probably really helps.
Yeah.
And so I see why that's there as a feature for sure. Because you're like, oh yeah,
it's quite bumpy.
Yeah, and that was quite bumpy. Yeah, so yeah, you definitely get the sense as to how that would probably make somebody feel a little bit more comfortable being strapped in.
Yeah.
So, because a little different when you're on a bike, you're very much in control.
You're in control,
Totally. Of your balance and everything that's going on. All right. And here we are. We're back at Command Central. Fantastic.
So,
all right.
Okay.
And if somebody is able to get there, they can just go like that. Yeah.
Let's see.
And they could do that. So they could help if they have the ability.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, that was fantastic. Here, let's kind of get off the path and
we can take the bike off the path.
Yeah, let's get the...
Yeah, the whole idea is of equality.
Yeah.
That you're sitting next to each other.
Yeah,
and have the same view, the same experience.
Yeah. It's the same view, same experience, and the other thing that we were talking about too, I can totally see why And what's a great superpower that you have with this program in this location is that you're able to get here into the nature. And we saw, the cows grazing over there. And so in very, very short period of time, you have access to something that is probably just so incredibly powerful for people.
Yeah, I think so. And what you hear from other fietsmaatjes is that sometimes the guest wants to go to his formerly school, or you can reach all locations in the city where you otherwise you can't make it sometimes. So
That's fantastic.
it's fantastic. Yeah.
You all have been in this process for a while, bringing this together. Any words of wisdom for communities around the globe that might want to do something similar?
Some words of wisdom. Keep going and get a good team that you like, and you can make a fight with, or it's not always that nice, because I think we had at last one half year to get the place to put the bike in. So a half year just staring at each other.
Yeah, you need a lot of perseverance for it. Yeah,
perseverance for sure. Yeah,
for sure, and a good team, like
what was the resistance?
Well, it's not resistance. Many people and organizations we spoke and asked for a place where we can park our bike were very enthusiastic. But then they said, oh wow, but our door is not wide enough, or we have a bike parking but it's full for our own employees, or our location is too far from the city, or so that kind of things. Not quite resistance, because everybody embraces the project and the idea, but more the practical things.
The logistics of it.
Yeah, the logistics.
Having a place.
Yeah,
having it be secure.
We should have electrics for the battery, a good lock on the door, things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But now at the end we have now the first guest and the first maatjes. It's wonderful, and the faces, so lovely. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. This is so exciting for you, and I know that the bike is actually a Dutch brand too, right?
Yeah. I think there are two brands. Hoeka. I think it's also
it's also a
Dutch
Dutch brand.
Yeah.
They're both located in the east of the country.
Okay.
With a factory.
Yeah.
And they make these bikes.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts that you'd like to leave the audience with? Anything that we didn't already discuss?
Well, it would be nice if these kind of programs are widespread across the globe, because it helps so many people who are not able or don't dare to cycle alone anymore. Right. And this is great for those people. Yeah. It helps them not being alone anymore. It gets some physical activity, so it has a lot of health benefits, social benefits. So. Right. Yeah, we want to see this all over the globe.
Yeah.
I could see it having a dual benefit for not only the people who are going for the ride, but also the benefit of the volunteer.
Yeah. You see, we don't have any trouble getting volunteers for riding. Yeah. Everyone wants to ride. Yeah. It's only, being a treasurer or
coordinator or the secretary.
Taking on the responsibility. Getting that team together. That's got to be the tough part.
Having a meeting every 3 weeks. Doing things in between. Next to your daily job. That's the hardest part.
Yeah. Do the insurance and like that.
All that stuff. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, the mosquitoes are telling us we're done. Yes, we're done.
And the rain, I think.
And the rain too. Yeah. Well, again, thank you so very much for showing me your program.
Yeah.
That's great. And where can they find out more about the program?
On our website.
Yeah.
website.
Yeah.
www.fietsmaatjesutrecht.nl.
Fantastic.
And on our socials on the same name.
On the same name.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to include that.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah.
High fives! Boom!
Nice,
Boom.
thank you.
And again, sending a huge thank you out to all my Active Towns ambassadors supporting the channel on Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, YouTube Super Thanks, as well as making contributions to the nonprofit. Every little bit adds up and it's much appreciated. Thank you all so much.